Yeah, okay, mate. Good morning. I hope you're well. Yeah, thoughts on Near? You've been accumulating since it's been crushed. Yeah, very nice. You're thinking about cutting some to add into other things. Yeah, I do still hold true. I posted about it yesterday somewhere. It does look good on a monthly. It was up pretty big yesterday. I mean, it was up 10% or something. Just the market just opened a new day, so the previous day it was up about 10%. Yeah, this AI narrative, there is, I think it was BlackRock. Yeah, as you can see here, BlackRock, Microsoft, they combined to launch a $30 billion artificial intelligence fund, investment fund. So I posted the other day, you could start to see AI coins running again. That could spark that narrative. So, Near's been getting hot. We'll look at it now. That's interesting about the founder. Speaking with a CEO and stuff. Near, well, as you can see here, I mean, it's a beautiful candle. It's exactly what you would want to see at this point in time. This is a decent move up, and the hope is that we're forming some sort of bull flag here. If you get a green candle coming in here now, that's going to look pretty good coming into a new year, and then a new year then could get that lift off. In theory, that would be the hope, to then dip into here and move off that. This move here, the hope is that is a deviation. That's the low and that's the deviation, and then you build the flag in here before getting the move up again. So let's just look at it. There's nothing wrong with this whatsoever. This looks very good. A new 6 months now. That is obviously in a new year. We got to see how this candle finishes. But this is an inside bar. There is nothing bearish about that at this point in time. This is a move up. This is a break of trend. This is a break above this deviation. This is a deviation below this large green candle. This is also a deviation below the large green candle. Did I say it's a large deviation below the red candle? Did I say that? I'm only waking up here. Well, I'm up a while, but I probably need a cup of coffee. But it's a deviation below both of these candles, here below the red candle and below the green candle. So there's nothing bearish about this, really. This to me looks like, of course, with 3 months left yet. We don't know how this candle is going to finish properly, but to me, there's nothing wrong with this. This looks like it wants to. If this was January now, if we were just coming into January now tomorrow, I would say this is bullish, and I would say buy dips here, buy these dips into here. They look very good for them to flip green on a new year and go higher into 2025. But we need to see how this is going to close. So there's 3 months left, and that I know a lot can happen in 3 months in the crypto market, as we know. But so far, those signs are pretty good. Even if this does drop a little bit into the quarter, into the next 6 month candle, this is look at that monthly. It's very, very nice. I was kicking myself actually because I didn't accumulate Pendle. Pendle came down and done something like this as well, but I seen the 9 week candle and it never filled the 9 week wick. Yeah, this is the same. This is frustrating. So I watched a few of these, and Pendle had the very same thing. I wanted the 9 week to fill here, and I was going to accumulate Pendle, but Pendle is a very similar setup. So maybe I'll just look at it very, very quickly, because I'll just show you. See here, look at this large wick on Pendle, and it never filled. So Near is very similar, and I was going to accumulate these, and it bloody didn't do it on me. So for me, it didn't do it for me, which was frustrating. The market doesn't care what I think, of course, but it would have been nice, because there were beautiful setups. I seen them on the monthly, but in hindsight, the monthly did fill it. The monthly filled them right down here, and it was an absolutely beautiful fill, to be honest. I think because the new 9 week was happening around that same time, it got confusion. It got not confusion. It's just there was two options there. You're either going to take the monthly, or the 9 week was happening at the same time, and you're thinking, well, that 9 week could give a fantastic entry as well. So you had to choose. You're either going to fill on a monthly or wait until the 9 week, and yeah, it was the wrong call. I should have filled on the monthly. But that's it. Trading goes that way sometimes. You know, you can't get it right all the time. But I was kicking myself because I was going to buy a Pendle pretty big on it, and yeah. But now, anyway, this is decent. This is good. This is what you want to see. This is a bullish engulfing candle. This is liquidity grab. This is a deviation below the first major low. You know, the hope is that we get this continuation up until the end of the year potentially, and if not up until the end of the year, into next year. You know, the 2 week is green here. There's 13 days left. This is coming into a major area. There's no question about that. Into this previous top here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, it actually stopped on it. Oh, yeah. That's a little bit of a slight concern in the near term, right? You know, we've seen that deviation, that bearish deviation potentially below that. Although the larger time frames look like buying opportunities, this is a slight concern in the near term. So it really depends on what you want. Are you willing to hold this for the long term? It's now an AI coin, as you said. It does look good on the larger time frames, but there's a possibility of some rejection into this. We need to watch that carefully. New 3 day today, yeah, beautiful. It's took liquidity and already flipped red. You know, that's a bit bearish here. You could probably short that right now to see if you can get some sort of dip. It's down 0.39%. You know, you can see here we had this candle here with a wick on it, and it popped up and flipped, and you got some sort of reversal back down. So, you know, this took liquidity, bearish deviation on top, on a little bit of volume. So, yeah. I mean, you could possibly take a short there in the near term. Don't get me wrong, it is a very strong candle up. It's nice. It's what you want to see, but there can be dips coming off those large volumes. Look at this large volume right here. You know, price eventually did stop on it, and then you get the drop. All right. You know, so we're into that area. Is price going to come up and stop on it because there's a large volume? Sometimes you get the stop on above the highs, and sometimes you just get the drop. But there is quite a bit of buy volume here, taking liquidity. We had a bearish stop on there, so it's a little bit concerning in the near term, but larger term it does look, you know, it looks very good in my opinion. So, you know, if you've been accumulating and you have a good price, that's nice. You know, if you've accumulated down here, you might be like, when you look at this chart here right now, this almost looks like a kind of a giant head and shoulders pattern. Let's just remove some of these just for now. You know, it looks like a left shoulder. This can be the head. This definitely can be the head, because when you move back up and fill this out here, what's that going to look like? That's going to look like a large sort of head and shoulder pattern, and we've just formed the head, and then you can start taking targets back up to here. And obviously when you get breakouts like that, it can go a lot further, of course. Like you can see here, there's a bit of a head and shoulders there. The right shoulder is very small, but there's a left shoulder, a double head, a little shoulder here, breakout, and then obviously when you break out, you can run far and hard. The ideal situation, if you want to say, is we're doing something similar to that. You know, you get the first move, you get the pullback, and the first pullback's deep. Look how deep the first pullback is. It's almost retraced the entire move, and this is not quite as deep. Many coins went deeper than near. Near has actually held up a lot better. Other coins went a bit lower down here, and they're attempting to move back up now. But the hope is you got the first move, the pullback, and then you get the continuation into the second move, and that's where we hope we're at right now. We're getting that pullback, and you know, we can get that continuation and move up. That would be fantastic. It's always tricky, you know, when you get these sort of candles. You know, it's difficult to say at this point, you know, from a yearly perspective, is it going to do this? Many times it does do something like this, right? It's a real possibility, you know, kind of because of this setup as well. Like this has created a higher high than here. We're getting the dips. You can see, you know, you have a low candle. You have the low candle here, low, higher low, and the ideal thing then would be to create another higher low here. We have created that higher high here, so the uptrend could continue. These dips are still suggesting buys in this buy with an inside bar that could push higher, unless the entire market tanks on this last quarter and this drops right back down and creates a bearish red candle here. That is the unknown right now. Are we, if we were going to have a red candle right back down, that's concerning. But there is strength in the market right now suggesting we're not going to do that. But you never know in the market. You just never know. There could be news. There could be, the interest rate cuts could take effect seriously hard or whatever. But the hope is that it doesn't do that because we've had this strength. So as long as this doesn't happen, near looks good to go higher.